What do you hope people get from this book? Like, what type of inspiration are they going to get? Because it feels like every time someone makes a book, it's a product and it has to have a certain degree of value. So, what are you hoping people get from this?
I hope that they give themselves the credit to look inside of themselves and see who else is in there that they
Mm,
don't know, regardless of their age. That there's always somebody else, some other voice lurking inside. And I hope they give voice to that version of themselves. I hope that this book gives them permission to allow that version of themselves out into the world, that it's okay to put out to whether it's an intimate partner, a family
mhm,
member, the
mhm.
shy version of yourself, the hurt version of yourself, the lonely version of yourself, the heartbroken version of yourself. I hope people have these conversations about heartbreak. I was sitting next to this guy, it was really interesting. I went to the White House for the Special Olympics right before Christmas, and he asked me about my book. And I said, it's heartbreak, healing, and finding the way home. He's like, whoa. And I was like, what does that mean? Whoa. He goes, well, I have heartbreak, but no one talks to me about it. And I
Mm,
said, can you talk to me about your heartbreak? And we had this unbelievable conversation
wow.
about his heartbreak and then his wife came over and she said, what are you guys talking about? He said, heartbreak. And she's like, what? You're here at the White House and you're talking about heartbreak? And we connected in a way we would never have
Yeah,
connected had we spoken about my job and his job,
right.
right? And
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that people will talk about things other than what they're doing as their jobs. I
Mm,
hope people will turn to as we go through the tour, that people will turn to the left and the right and say, I am Diego. Here are three things that aren't in my bio. Here are three things you don't know about me. Here are three things that we might have in common. And I hope we are able to get beyond fighting about politics, get beyond our resumes, get beyond our LinkedIns, get beyond the professional persona that we all throw out into the world and just discover who we are in our core.
wow. That's so impactful. I think it's really going to be such a shining light for so many people. And I'm thrilled that it's coming soon. We don't have to wait too much longer.
And I'm
Um,
hopeful. I think it'll help me love better. I think it'll help me love better. I think just putting this out and closing this chapter actually
mm,
will allow me to love better and receive love better. It will allow me to be kind of my more uh, whole self and not
yeah,
worry about showing some version of myself that I haven't shown before.
totally. Totally. I'm also just thrilled at seeing like all the responses in the chat. Like
I'm
people are just so excited about you, Maria, your book, like how it's coming out soon, your vulnerability. People are also excited about Patrick.
Patrick is wants to be really clear. He is not his character. People are like,
Yeah.
"What?" He's playing. He's acting. He's really such a great guy. Diego, I
Yeah.
want to
The
just.
problem
I
is that
got.
he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a really good actor and he worked really hard. But I got thousands of questions
Mm,
from viewers, and I just thought we could go through some of them. Carrie said, "Did you know someday you might share your poetry with the world?" No, I did not. I never thought I would have the courage, Carrie, to share my poetry with the world. And several of my girlfriends said, "You've got to share this." I'm like, "No way am I doing that." And this book was in a. This is going to sound really weird, but it just kept coming up. It just kept. It was like, I want to be out. I want to be out. And I was like, no, 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 no. I don't have the courage to put you out into the world. And I have to say, I don't normally get nervous about putting a book out or doing an interview, but I'm a little bit like with this book. I feel a little bit out there with this book.